We've had so many plane crashes in the space of just a month. I know just a few days late with this one, but the latest, or not the latest, because there was one yesterday, Wednesday, the 19th of February, where two planes collided in midair in Arizona, and two people were killed. But I wanted to focus on this one, the Delta Airlines crash that happened on the 17th of February, just 2 days ago, 2025. Delta Airlines. It wasn't a tragedy, thank goodness, because no nobody was killed, but the unthinkable happened. The plane skidded on the icy runway and flipped upside down. And I know they said that one wing was on fire, and they thought that maybe both wings were destroyed. So it flipped during the landing on a Toronto runway. And when you look at the image, it looks sort of like a dead bird, uh, belly up. And there were 80 on board, 76 passengers, and four crew. And so with a very very unusual, yeah, a very unusual position for a plane to kind of end up being totally upside down, not on its side, but in a perfectly upside down state is so rare. The plane had departed Minneapolis St. Paul's International Airport, and this crash, I really made the video to say that this was actually manipulated to happen. And thankfully, the unseen helpers, of which are always working on our behalf, and which we could help, lessen their burden by doing some of the work, but not enough of us do. So the unseen helpers were able to halt, in fact, well, yes, any deaths, even though some were injured, but at least no deaths occurred. But the manipulators that caused this plane to crash and literally flipped it upside down on purpose to send a specific message. Uh, it was yes, it was deliberately interfered with by, shall we call them, some negative beings. I mean, I've made videos where I explained before, um, you know, um, that anyone traveling anywhere, even before we set foot out of our homes, we should fortify ourselves on our journey by sending some seriously strong light and love ahead ahead of us from our front door to accompany us on any paths that we travel, and on any or in any vehicles that we may take to get to our destinations, and even any establishments that we may visit, during our shopping, stores, supermarkets, and so on. Not to mention doing the same for our homes, by the way, as we know some planes have actually caused damage to homes and killing people in their cars and so on. We not only have physical wars on our planet, but unseen ones in our skies, which, as we know, can and do cause awful fatalities or serious damage to both people and property. So, if you have listened to any of my videos, or at least some of them, where I explain that I get visions all the time, it's a fortunate and unfortunate circumstance because it can allow me to help people when I can reach out to them. Uh, but at the same time, it just makes me feel as though, well, I am living in two worlds at the same time. And I could never really stop these visions. They just come on their own and go when, when the story they're showing is finished. And I would really love to have, like, a normal life, or at least some of the time. But there's always some kind of psychic phenomena going on around me. This is why I can say that this plane crash, uh, it could have been much worse, and it was deliberately made to happen, as I said, by the unseen, because many of you may know that there is an unseen war going on ahead, in the skies above us, between the good guys and the bad guys, for want of a better term. And the bad guys, I call them guys, but let me see, I'm looking for a term that will suit them. Uh, I don't know. I don't want to say demons, but they're not very nice. Let's just call them the bad guys for now. You kind of get my drift, because if this is this kind of thing that they do, um, that should give you some kind of idea into their nature. So they do anything and everything to destroy and cause disruption and fear. But yes, there is an aerial war going on. It's been going on for a long time, but it's just ramping up even more because the bad ones, they are losing, and so they are and have been pulling out all stops to cause all kinds of negativity on the planet. And so I want to repeat, that before you leave your home, before you step foot out of the front door, do some kind of protection around you. And if you have children, do it for them. And just basically imagine a beautiful beam of light filled with love going along the path that you are going to be traveling on, and any vehicles, anyone with you, and anywhere you go, because um, these incidences, they can be made to happen anywhere. And there was one of the was it this one? No, it wasn't this one. I think it was the one, was it the 29th of January, I think, where when the plane crashed, and was it 67 people lost their lives? When the plane crashed, and it just came down, and it destroyed some houses, some buildings, and a gentleman was in a cafe half a mile away, just minding his own business, just having something to eat and drink. And a piece of the plane traveled all that way, and they said it went past the salad bar and hit the man in his head, and he ended up in critical condition. Now, I don't know if he made it or not, but you would never think that a, a plane crash half a mile away would end up flying through the air in a cafe and hitting you while you're having your afternoon tea or lunch or whatever, and sending you in hospital. That's why I say, to send light and love ahead of you, around you, and in any establishment that you may pop into. And you may think, oh, nah, I'll be okay. But this gentleman sitting in the cafe, I bet he never thought that, sipping his beverage and having a bite to eat, that would be the last thing that he remembered. So, please just take care and know that the war is really hot out there. So we have wars underground, physical ones that we can see if we turn on the TV, but also ones that you need, like a kind of your second sight, your sixth sense, so on and so on, to see. But I'm sure that more people now are aware that there's something really strange going on with the constant plane crashes. I mean, we've never had them in such abundance in such a short time. At least, yeah, not in my lifetime anyway, not that I can think of. So, I think I'll leave it there. I don't want to ramble. So be aware, yeah, that when you're traveling, you need to protect yourself and your loved ones. Okay, then I hope you get something from this. Take care, all the best, kind regards, and I will see you in the next video. Diana.